Hello, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Duchess Loveleen. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning a viewer, I'm so sorry. I've been gone for a really long time, and the last time you saw me, I was mad. um, but there was just a lot going on, mostly IRL stuff. Had exams to study for, national certification exams to study for that I passed. I got my license. I am now a legal vampire. I go around collecting people's blood. Technically, the politically correct term is phlebotomist, but that's kind of boring. I like legal vampire better. So, yeah, I currently have my certification for that. I'm really excited. Outside of that, majority of the reasons that I was gone was mostly mental health stuff. I was just not feeling great. It took all my willpower just to deal with a bunch of, again, IRL stuff that I had to do. So that just kind of left me really drained. I know on this channel I must have mentioned that I want this channel to be music and mental health. I really have been not doing anything about the mental health part on this channel just quite yet. That's because I'm still trying to figure out my own mental health. The point is that it's going to be a journey. You can follow along, you can't, or you can just only stick to the music part. There are playlists on my channel that will be focused, so if you're only here for the music, it's only the music you're gonna find. If you're only here for mental health, there will be a mental health playlist that would be just for that. And if you're here for any of them or both of them, then the entire channel is open for that. But right now, probably sometime in the near future, I will be kind of trying to document my mental health journey on this channel as well. I'm not an expert, obviously. I'm going through it, so it's more about documenting me going through it. And hopefully, maybe a couple years from now, or even a year, or even a couple months from now, there is growth and it will be better. Again, I mostly also wanted to hear your story, read your stories to make me cheer up and give me strength to continue on with my mental health journey. But that's I don't know what my first mental health video would be, so I'm gonna think it through and then I'll see what I can do and then I'll post that one. I haven't filmed or recorded it just quite yet. Again, I literally just kind of got a little bit better, and that's why I'm here. I have the energy, I have the willpower to continue doing what I love, and that's listening to music and dissecting music. But that's not what we're gonna do today. Today I want to read the BTS book. So I got this book. I don't know if you can see it. I got this book because I heard it was coming out. It's, from what I understand, it's Beyond the Story 10-year record of BTS. From what I understand, it's a autobiography. No, sorry, not an autobiography. It should be, right? Because it's written by them. Anyway, it's their documentation about their 10-year record in the music industry. And since I primarily only know somewhat the Western music industry, I'm kind of curious to see what they're gonna say about how they've not only dominated their own industry in Korea, their own music industry, not even just music, entertainment industry in Korea, but also the entertainment music and the entertainment industry in general here in the US. And I'm sure, their reach goes beyond just US and Korea, probably other countries as well. I see things on Twitter about how prominent they are in different parts of the world. So I'm very curious. The idea when I started this channel was to get to know them, got to know each of the members of BTS through the music, and I've almost finished Jimin's Face album. It's so interesting how how much parallels I've seen in his personality through that particular album and my own personality. Very interesting. I'm very intrigued by that. But it's gonna take a while, for me to slowly savor and dissect who they are as people. And then they announce a book. And I'm like, oh, so, you're just gonna tell me straight up, I just need to read this and I know who you are? Okay. I know they also have some extra stuff. You guys have been commenting on different things that I do, like, behind the scenes, run BTS. What's the other one? Rise of Bangtan, I think. Um, like all the other stuff that I bang bang Bangtan, all the other stuff that I do that shows a bit more of their personality and whatnot. I will get to that. I promise I'll get to that. But for now, I feel like this is a very condensed version of, what I'm interested in and what they. Oh, no. Sorry, I just kind of laid my wig on my head, so I have a bit of like hairspray and concealer on my arm, on my fingers. So yeah, it's not there. I promise. It's literally just concealer and whatnot. Anyways, what was I getting at? Yeah, so this is what I'm interested in, and I'm sure what you're interested in as well. It's a culmination of, I would say, their personalities as well as what they're gonna go through. I'm reaching here. I haven't read the book, obviously, so if it turns out to be none of those things, well, that's my bad. But that's kind of what I'm interested to find out, their personalities and what they've gone through in the Korean music industry, that I have no idea about, and in the Western industry that I have some idea about. So yeah, okay, so in order for me to record this channel and read it with you, I don't plan on reading my book. I just bought this just to have it. It's a physical copy, but I do plan on nim 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 mes shoes on, mes shoes on, please. Okay, so I don't plan on reading the book. I just wanted to have it. I primarily read through PDF versions online, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to also got the Audible, so I don't have Audible. I got the free trial. With the free trial, you get 3 free audiobooks. BTS happens to be one of those ones that are allowed to be picked, so I got Audible free trial. I picked BTS, their book, and so I have it. I will be canceling my Audible free trial as soon as I'm done with this. But I have the PDF version. My second to last community post on YouTube is about how to get the PDF version of the book. So this is what I'm going to be reading, because it's a lot easier for you to see versus trying to open the book and record me reading from the book. Okay, so we're gonna start with this. First, like, when I saw this and I saw their pictures, I was like, oh, it's so angelic. There's something about white on white that just looks so peaceful. I really like it. I don't like that this is detachable. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but it's done in almost every audiobook. That doesn't mean I like it. If I were to detach it, it just has this. And also, apparently, it turns out that people had photo cards with their stuff. I had no photo cards. Where's my photo cards? I probably will be returning this book to find a book that has photo cards in it. Because if I paid full price for something, I want full price of that thing. I don't want it to be stolen, like something missing, and then I bought it full price. I feel like I would look like a dummy. So I'm going to find a place that would actually give me the full entire thing. And that's book plus photo cards. Yes, so okay, let's get started. Ooh, RM. Yes. There's something about like just wisps of hair in someone's eyes that just kind of makes it a little bit more intense. Like, it forms a curtain across the eyes, like, and they're just staring right at you. That just really makes it intense. So cute. I like that photo shoot. Jin. There we go. Very handsome. Very clean cut. Also like the peaceful eyes closed photos a lot too. Who's this? Sugar. Ooh, blonde highlights. We're matching somewhat. Let's see. I cannot believe that this is Augustine that I saw live. They just the duality is ridiculous. Who's it? J-Hope. Yes. He's matching with Sugar and me. We both have blonde highlights. Yes. Okay. Next is Jimin. Okay. I really love their pics. I think, after 10 years, you really pick up how to be photogenic. They're so beautiful and angelic. V, ooh, oh my gosh, the black is just such a stark contrast against all the white, their pale skin, the white background, their white t-shirt, the whiteness of the paper of the book. It's just beautiful. And again, the wisp across the eyes, it just makes it just so good. And this is like looking down on me, kind of slightly arrogant look. I love it. Very intense, kind of passionate. Love to see it. Who's this? Jungkook. Oh yeah, he is the last one. Yes. Beautiful. He's matching. Oh, he's matching V as well. Let me see. What color was RM? RM was black, right? RM and Jin. Okay. So it's just... No, wait. That's Jin. RM was also black. Yes. With some brown highlights. Okay. This is pure black. Okay. So J-Hope, Jimin, and V... Sorry. Suga, J-Hope, and Jimin all had light colored hair. And then the rest had blonde colored hair, black colored hair, with RM being in the middle. That's very interesting. Ooh. Okay. So Beyond the Story, 10-year record of BTS. BTS is the author. So they're musicians and now they're authors. Cool. Let's see. Copyright. Okay. Yes. I have bought it, so, not particularly advocating for copyright infringement. I'm advocating for sharing of their stories while also supporting them because I can't support them. Okay, so let's start with the actual audiobook recording. So you're going to hear the audible version. That's the audiobook version, someone talking about the book and reading through the book, while you're also going to be able to read the book as well on the screen. So I didn't want to narrate it because it's a really long book. And there's already an audiobook version, so I don't want to have to do all of that. Okay, so let's go.
This is Audible.
Macmillan Audio presents Beyond the Story, 10-year record of BTS. Written by Myung-suk Kang and BTS. Translated from the Korean by Anton Her, Slin Jung, and Claire Richards. Chapter 1, Seoul. 1320. Korea's busiest crossroads is in Seoul's district of Gangnam, near Shinsa Station. Those driving down the Hanam Bridge over the Han River into Gangnam will pass through this crossroads before heading to different parts of the district, like Nonhyun, Cheongdam, or Apgujeong. When there's a lot of traffic, drivers might be staring up at the traffic lights for tens of minutes, waiting for their turn, which is why the subway is probably the best way to get to Shinsa Station, if that's your destination. But if your destination is specifically somewhere near Exit 1 of Shinsa Station, that's a slightly different story. For example, if you happen to be heading for the Cheonggu building, which in 2010 housed Big Hit Entertainment, later known as HYBE. Seoul, Gangnam-gu, Dosandero, 16gil, 1320. Even with the address, it's not easy to find the Cheonggu building if you've never been to Gangnam or the Shinsa Station crossroads. According to the Kakao Map app, the distance between this building and Exit 1 is 568 meters. But it's impossible to tell from the map that the building is near the end of a steep incline, nor that several pivots along the way are necessary in order to reach it. Unless you're driving there with the aid of GPS navigation, it could be a bit of an effort, wandering around to find Cheonggu building.
I was at a loss.
Such was the case for Jung Ho-sok, who would debut 3 years later as J-Hope of BTS. After signing a trainee contract with Big Hit Entertainment in April 2010, he was undergoing training in his native city of Gwangju when the company ordered him to move into the Big Hit Entertainment trainee dormitory near the Cheonggu building in Seoul. He arrived on December 24th, 2010.
You can relate. Okay. You don't want jackets? It's hot. It's cold. You're good?
Oh, no, I'm good.
I know, cold. You're not cold. Okay. Bye, mom. Also, they moved. Yeah, of course they moved cities. Yeah, because when you're from a more rural part, because I've not heard of any of these places other than Seoul, and I think Seoul is the capital of Korea. So all the other places probably are different provinces or states or lesser known. Basically not the capital. So if he's from there, then he would have to native city of Gwangju. If J-Hope is from there, yeah, it makes sense. He would have to move, but at the same time, moving can be nerve-wracking, exciting, but also, you're kind of nervous about your future and how things are gonna go. You're in an unfamiliar city, and in his case, he's going for a job at, I would assume, a young age, because it says trainees. So usually trainees are young. He was undergoing underground training in his native city of Gwangju. Yeah, okay. Well, is it that Big Hit already had facilities in different states, and then if you're good enough, then you get to be moved to Seoul? Because that's kind of what I'm feeling this sentence is saying. After signing a contract with Big Hit Entertainment in April 2010, he was undergoing training in his native city of Gwangju when the company ordered him to move into the Big Hit Entertainment trainee dormitory near Cheonggu building in Seoul. So either Big Hit already had different branches in different cities, which would make them an already big company for you to have that, so that J-Hope can already be undergoing training in his native city of Gwangju, or Big Hit had only one company in Seoul, and then J-Hope's training that he was undergoing in his native city is something that he was doing with other people on the side. And then the company's like, you're good, come over to Seoul. So I don't know which one it is. I'm leaning more towards J-Hope was already doing training with other people, and then he was good enough to then go to Seoul on the company's orders. Okay, so let's continue.
I was so scared. It was Christmas Eve, and the streets were full of cheerful people, but I couldn't get my bearings at all.
Never had he ridden the Seoul subway or experienced Christmas Eve in trendy Shinsadong. This was an area with high foot traffic, even for Seoul. But the elusive location of the dormitory was as intimidating to J-Hope as the crowded subway or the unfamiliar vista of the Shinsa neighborhood.
I kept saying, "This is frustrating," and ended up calling the then head of A&R.
Well, he kept going straight and somehow, to use his words, and finally arrived at the dorm. This was the beginning of his dorm life, which he had been looking forward to since the day before, and which he still remembered vividly 10 years later. On that day, however, he was in for a shock.
Suga was there in his underwear. There were leftover trotters in the sink, laundry strewn on the floor, and everyone walking around in their underwear. I guess this is dorm life, I thought.
Big Hit Entertainment.
Okay, so that was the first section. Yeah, section called 1320. Let's see, how is this divided? It's divided into, let me see, table of content. Where are you? Okay. I'm just gonna Google search table of content. Anyways, so this starts off with J-Hope. I personally would have liked if BTS themselves recorded this audiobook. I got the one in English, obviously. So maybe there's a Korean version where they recorded with their voice. That would be amazing. But I have no evidence of that just quite yet. I think I would do it chapter by chapter. I was gonna do each of the subsections, but from the look of it, the subsections are pretty short. So let's see. Oh, there is a table of content. Yeah. I think I'm gonna end here. So I'm gonna do it chapter 1 Soul and then 13 to 20. And then the next video will be chapter 1 Soul, Big Hit Entertainment, and chapter 1 Soul, Rap Den. You know, like there's a subsection for a reason. I want to focus on each of that. So I don't know what 1320 is. From what I understand, it's some sort of like location mark somewhere. He mentioned it, and it started off with J-Hope. He seems pretty nervous. I would be too. I cannot imagine moving to a city at a young age that I don't know. Like when I immigrated here in the US, it was very much me and my family. So I have that cushion at least. I don't know if you would have experienced culture shock when you're in the same country, but you're just moving to different cities. Either way, it's probably not going to be easy because on top of trying your absolute best to work hard, you're in an unfamiliar city, so you don't even know where the nearest store is to get something sweet. If you're feeling nervous for you to calm down, you don't know how to walk around the area at night, that you can stick to safe spaces. As a woman, that's something we have to be aware of at all times. You don't have anybody around you to just go and visit in order for you to, catch up or talk or whatever. You don't have any comfort zones yet because, again, it's a new city. You're away from family and friends. They never mentioned him having any family around in Seoul. So if he did, that would have helped. But he didn't mention that. So I'm assuming that he didn't. And then that makes it it makes it worse. It makes it worse. How many of y'all have moved to a different city in the same country and have been surprised about how different it is? I personally have. Thankfully, I only had to visit. I didn't have to stay. Yeah, 1320 is a location. I have no idea what the rest of the address means. So, Gangnam-gu, Dosan-dero, 16 Gil, 1320. Oh, it's the full address. I'm an idiot. So 1320 is the address of the Big Hit building. Okay, yeah, so it's part of the address of the Big Hit building that's later known as Hybe in 2010. Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. So that's what 1320 is. Anyways, J-Hope is nervous. And, oh yeah, dorm life. Is it really true that he walked into the dorm and he saw Suga naked? Well, okay, not naked, but basically half naked. And then everybody else, if it's an all-male dorm, then I guess, but personally, I've been in female, not really dorm, but I have been in a dorm, but it was a unisex dorm. So there was no instance of people running around in their bras and underwears and whatnot. Even when I was living in an apartment, it was unisex. It was four girls and one boy. And it was a 1-bedroom apartment. 3 of the girls were in the room. I was in the room. And the couple, that's the boy and the girl, split the living room and was staying there. So either the apartment situation with all 5 of us, or the dorm situation at school were all unisex for me. So there wasn't anybody running around half naked except for the boys, obviously, with that may go around shirtless sometimes, but they're not going to wear their boxers or briefs or whatever. They're going to wear shorts or pants. So it's kind of interesting. I'm just imagining his face. He walks in the dorm after being so nervous about being lost, and he opens it and there's a dude in his underwear. And then multiple dudes in their underwear. Like, he must have been like, what's going on here? Oh, that's fun. Anyway, short video today. That will be the end of the first video. I'm just gonna keep recording it back to back, but just for you that may want to watch not just the actual book but also my commentary, it would make it easier for me to like splice it, and then you can just catch up whenever you're able to, in case you just have a very short time to watch me. But anyways, yeah, that would be the first section. I'm going to immediately record the second section after this, so stick around. See you when I see you. That's literally the next 1 minute. Okay.